17-year-old Bailey, 21-year-old Kiki, and 40-year-old Michelle. They are among the 26 transgender people killed at the hands of violence this year.
We are honoring 26 victims from the United States who've been murdered, as well as over 330 victims across the globe. People are going to walk by 26 empty chairs, each one representing a victim, and we'll have information about that victim on the chair along with some candles and a flower. So the chair really is the symbol for a life that could have been lived.
Allies of the community held a vigil inside Bethlehem's Metropolitan Community Church of the Lehigh Valley Wednesday night, reading the names of each trans or gender nonconforming person killed since last year's vigil.
Claire Legato was assaulted on April 15th and passed away on May 14th at the age of 21.
2019's Transgender Day of Remembrance is the 20th annual event held at the end of Trans Awareness Week, a 7-day-long event designed to raise the visibility of transgender people and address the issues members of the community face.
An event like this is about the outright violence, but it's also about those little everyday things that we face and making people more aware of those thoughts that you keep in the back of your mind, you know. Is this a safe place for me to use the appropriate bathroom? Is this not? You know, is this a safe place for me to correct that person on my pronouns? Is this not? Is this a safe place for this kid to go to prom dressed in the way that they feel suits them?
So far this year, at least 26 trans and gender nonconforming people have been killed in the U.S., a majority of whom were Black trans women like Victoria Marsh of Allentown.
Not only are they transgender like me, but they're also trans women of color like myself. So it hurts. I haven't been a victim of any transphobia, but if my sisters are affected, that affects me as well. So here I am today to advocate for them and honor their memory.
Here in Bethlehem, this community hopes to raise awareness of the other challenges gender nonconforming people face. The National Center for Transgender Equality estimates 1 in 5 trans people have been discriminated against when seeking a home, are 10 times more likely to face abuse in prison, and suicide attempts among this community is 25 times higher than the national average, a statistic Sadie Delaney from Easton knows too well.
My child, he was not even really transitioning, but he took his own life in January of 2017. So this is the 3rd one since that happened. Had a lot of strong feelings about what it would be like to come out as transgender in this world. It was right after the election. He was very scared of what that meant. And went back to school, and 10 days later, many officers showed up on my door. So he's greatly missed, his 2 younger sisters, and I think about them every day.
The Adam Blake Irvine Memorial Scholarship Fund was established in his memory to help young transgender students who experience the economic, social, physical, and psychological obstacles many within the gender nonconforming community face. Their mother, Sadie, says attending the Trans Day of Remembrance Vigil was at first for her. Now, it's different.
Since then, I just really want to show up and be here and be supportive. And we do have this table for the scholarship, and if anybody wants to talk about my child or the scholarship or anything, it's important for me to be here just in case.
The Transgender Day of Remembrance organization, established in 1998, estimates at least 24 trans or gender nonconforming people have either been killed, died by overdose, or suffered suicide in Pennsylvania since 1981. This year, Pennsylvania allies gathered here to remember Michelle Tamika Washington, a trans woman gunned down in North Philadelphia this May. And although Pennsylvania lacks LGBTQ inclusive statewide non-discrimination laws, cities like Allentown, Reading, New Hope, and Philadelphia have all been hailed by the Human Rights Campaign Foundation for their exemplary non-discrimination laws. But folks here say the goal is to remember fewer people each year.
And ultimately get to 0 then we need to learn how we can live with society as a whole, and more importantly, how they can respect us and our requirements in order to lead a full and happy life.
Reporting from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, I'm Casey Lopez for PBS 39 News Tonight.